Those noises again. I couldn't sleep a wink.
Eat, drink, and be merry. Thus spake the prophet Lebioda. Life in Beauclair can be quite dear. Death, though, that's always free.
What?
Pretty crap idea, sleeping at the clogs. Unless you don't mind some clever little beast.
The notice, is that it?
I am. Don't think...
Not to fret. I shall tell you, and perhaps you'd care... Screaming and clattering fill the air at night. A man can't get a lick. I took the matter up with the ducal guard. They claim they found nothing.
How much will I get?
How much? Agreed.
The noise...
Each night, I live next...
Know exactly what you... Fine, I'll tend to it.
No one's come to harm, thank the god.
Could be, but doesn't need to, though.
I can't...
Life in Beauclair can be quite dear. Death, though, that's always... Did you care, sir? Our sweet shining sun.
Hello,
Mind if I glance? See ya.
The guard brings peace to our domains. Flout its writ and rot in chains.
Inscriptions in Elder speech. Salvation lies not in Professor's journal, long in our hearts. Guess somebody else found out about it too. Should look around, see if I can find something else. Footprints, narrow and shallow. Somebody small, light. Woman, maybe? Wonder where they lead. Damn it, trail breaks off. Wonder if the grave robber learned more than I did. Professor certainly can't do much to help me with my search. Won't learn anything else here. Map Yen sent me will have to do. Also, Epitaph mentioned both Ellerin and Dolnevda, Valley of the Nine. Site marked on the map's all wet now. San Retour flows through there. Must be where the Valley of the Nine once lay. Need to explore the location. Come on, Roach.
Take it easy. Move it! Come on.
Oh!
Welcome to my humble...
Been on the road so...
Ah, is it true?
exaggerated.
Oh, forgive my asking, but I fam...
Show me... You play much Gwent?
sits on it. Rumor has it the Duchess has summoned the soul survived. He's to tend to the Arthasis. She's given him a mandate. A downing their souls.
Begone from my sight!
Run, Roach.
Oh, that's better.
What's this? Someone got up on the wrong side of the bed.
Shoot, shoot.
grave robber must have found something in Moreau's tomb to activate the entry portal. Wonder what surprises this place has in store. Planted spikes. Sick sense of humor someone's got. Seems someone besides me might be ferreting around here. Someone slim. No way I can sling through there. Need to find a way around. Blood-soaked. Grave robber was wounded while attempting the climb. Needed to bandage up. Managed to avoid the Panthers at least. Didn't I just do this? Whoever was here must have scaled that wall, evaded the Panthers. Not bad. Wouldn't mind having something like that myself. Course. Locked. Notes I found mention 4 protruding stones. Gotta press them somehow. Crossbow, maybe? Could try to hit them. Did it. Interesting as places go. Seems someone put a lot of thought into its design. Ground. Gargoyles sure don't look willing to help. Impressive. It's just decoration.
Intruder! You are not welcome here.
Yeah, figured as much.
Great. Portals. This just keeps getting better. Damn it. Back where I started. Damn it. Back where I started. Portal. Damn it, wrong again. Could be some clue around here. Now to find the next portal. Damn it, back where I started. Now to find the next portal. Damn it, back where I started. All right, now to find the next portal. Statues seem oddly oriented, as if to all face in one direction. The right portal, maybe? Alright, now to find the next portal. Damn it, back where I started. Now to find the next portal. Must be where Moreau had his lab. Empty. Wonder who was kept in here. Quite the library. Mostly tomes on mutations and genetics. preserved organs. Hope their donors weren't forced to give them up. Intriguing as machinery goes, but how do I start it up? Guessing this man didn't come here willingly. Just need to pick an entry.
The 18th of Yule, year 1102. Today I begin my great life's endeavor. When 15 years passed, a beast of the forest assaulted me. A witcher came to my aid, saved my life. Had I the skill to turn back time, I would have done so, and perished rather than surrender to the witchers my only son. Today, following years of research and preparation, I have at last devised a device that allows me to study mutations. If the gods in their good...
So, Professor wasn't out to enhance Witcher mutations, wanted to reverse...
Observation 22. Despite applying a surfeit of toxic substances, significantly more than usual, I believe this to be an effect of the mutations. Thus, a minor success. Observation number 30. The mutations do not set in at once. Curiously, they do not develop over a span of time. Rather, the subject does not bear this well, but I found a way to make the mutations less taxing, invasive. To the mutagen base, I add the albumin of a mutated giant centipede egg. Stored in a glass terrarium, the eggs do not develop, remain small. The eggs themselves are a sight to behold. Mutated, they are luminescent, emitting a wondrous glow. Observation 58. Sometimes failure is the catalyst for success. I've discovered a method by which one type of mutagen may be transmuted into another through the addition of certain ingredients. This is a great day for science. In addition, I observed that today's dose of mutagens brought the subject to the brink of death. He then suddenly awoke, revived. Whether this is attributable to his mutations or to pure coincidence cannot be... Years of experiments, research. Each mutation I applied to my subjects proved in effect what I meant to cure him of his witcherism. That which I meant to restore to him a normal life. It seems my son must remain a witcher forever. I have failed. The contraption and mutagens I leave here.
So the professor wanted to reverse the mutation's effects. So, Professor tried to neutralize the effects of Witcher mutations. Used the albumins of giant centipede eggs as his mutagen base. Just need... Seen enough. Bombs away. I'm in a good mood. No point going in wearing full gear. Gotta drop. My armor, leave my weapons. Professor's mutagens might work on me as they did on his son. Well, time to find out. Regis. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet. Decaying bones. Ikimors must have tunneled into the grave. Ikimors. Little the planet. stench. Agreed to meet a vamp.
Though we did not meet, so I could prove how...
True enough. Need to find your...
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter...
Come on. Gotta be some...
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out. Abruxa had taken it.
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
The hand. What do you...
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia, but if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove...
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after... It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to...
How's it work? We need any...
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal...
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of...
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here. Guests who...
Respect? Meaning not...
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Dettlaff.
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both hired vampire.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe...
Last resort? The hell?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. But the very act of contacting this being... Well, it's akin to walking an exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take.
Kovinaris spent half his life proving his theory.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Dettlaff's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant.
Well, got a few ingredients to There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were called to extinction over a century ago.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this...
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. very intelligent. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy. It will take them some time, nonetheless, so...
Rarely say no to us.
Sadly, this is but a week in...
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather...
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
So, think you've set a nice little trap for me? Sorry.
I love a challenge.
How about you get the ball rolling? Reveal one of your secrets.
Anything in particular interest you?
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered. Detlef bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for... Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth...
Perhaps a dash. But what of you?
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after.
Ooh.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have... Got a new life, a new body.
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What did
your blood addiction say? Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis.
Fair enough.
Not to worry, Geralt. Curiosity's a natural reaction under the circumstances.
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite...
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well... We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why
Gotta ask you the big question.
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well-founded? Our matter, that of which we are composed, can...
But were you dead?
As humans understand it.
Feel anything?
It's rather hard to explain. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was...
Can't have been alive then.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Thus, I often find myself wondering...
Depends on your point of view.
Very true.
All right, give you
one question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. If you were to die and be...
See, Regis. Doubt I'd know how to be anything else.
Ever tried?
See, you're determined to get an answer. To find out if I like being a witcher. I like being on the path. Like picking up a lead, a trail, and nothing gets my adrenaline flowing like battling a beast. Even gotten used to people treating me like a freak, an outcast. Yeah, not some...
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly...
Still no sign of your winged friend.
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. Ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Appreciate the compliment.
You were right. No kobolds or...
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an...
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last...
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow... It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a...
No one...
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance.
Come on, search your memory.
I believe it...
Text.
Sorry, Geralt. I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct.
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into...
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilish...
What exactly did they...
The area around the estate.
Spoons.
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this...
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I...
Do you imagine the white will simply...
Worst case scenario? I'll bring you its salivary...
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into...
So, see you later.
Yes, delay...
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make...
We require one last ingredient. Alas,
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
The book of lust is hard and girthy. No one can grip the damn thing. Welcome home, sir. I am Barnabas Basil-Fawlty. I previously served with distinction at the Nibley family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral...
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical...
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall...
Great. Can already see it. Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history.
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his... Sadly, misfortune struck, and he lost his sense first of smell.
Shame that. He gave up making...
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls.
Mind giving me a little tour?
Not in the least. Follow me. Behold, sir, your estate...
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to...
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great-aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great-aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going, and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to major domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
They're so heroic. We had to summon a witcher to do their work.
I work from dawn to dusk's last light. Then give my wife...
The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays.
Even a horse trots if you ride it at a constant. Watch where you traipse.
Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
Our knights errant? They're so
Nice
heroic.
well.
We had to
Picturesque.
summon a witcher to
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius school for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda. Monsieur Bolius' wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation. Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
Ket Peters Coronata.
Scrub off to soon the coffee.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
A witcher. We could use one around here. Full time.
The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and...
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some inner... With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose...
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come... Mentioned the place could stand...
Oh, most decidedly, sir. The question...
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? Not only did the residence positively sparkle up... I understand, of course.
Got these spacious grounds.
Oh, yes. We set... The way I see things, given your trade, sir...
My armor needs work from time to time.
Admiral Rompali once hired a specialist who... Ponder the notion.
Let's put a pin in...
Not the slightest...
What do you get for all that work? One false move and you will regret it.
Ah!
What are you doing? Ah, the serendipity. I'm so glad you're back.
Zoom!
Master Witcher.
Got work for me?
Of the contract in question, you acquitted. I was in a bit of a bind at the time.
Guess it rings a bell.
Sadly, you went on your way before I could settle matter.
What kind?
A savings account at Cianfanelli Bank. You need but walk.
Thanks. Gotta stop by that bank.
Where does a snake keep its paws?
Polished armor around.
Up for a round of Gwent?
Behave yourself.
Oh!
Let witches.
Come on! Come here! Where's the good prophet?
Loch Selavi. Might be worth looking into. Someone needs an escort. Not something I do. Often, but might be worth investigating. Nice tune.
The exhibition of the original Dogry Monument will remain closed
Welcome.
Let me see what you got. Herbs schmerbs.
Dickin wanted something awful this year.
Calm down. Prepare to witness wonders at the annual chivalric tourney.
Greetings.
A witcher from the school of the...
Geralt of Rivia.
Rather. Mind you, it's no monster hunt, but I'm sure you'll be interested all the same.
Heard of him. Never seen any, though.
Not quite. For I've been lucky enough to learn that their holders came to Tucson. Alas, they then perished.
If you know where to look, why not get it?
No offense, but do I look like a... No. I rather leave it to someone familiar.
All these diagrams somehow wound up...
Tusa was once home to Tiensail, a legendary and now deceased elfin master armorer, which...
Heard about him.
And thus he charged the king's ransom for his work. Witches would take difficult, danger...
Got it. Find them, find the diagram.
As it happens, I learned my trade at Tiensail's side. So what he told me... Well, we must strike a deal. I shall
Where do I look for these?
I know of 5 likely fallen witches, each from a different school.
Let's talk about the
A year ago, Bartolome Delaunay, the ducal... You see, at the time he was working on new armor for the ducal guard.
The diagram you saw.
Beyond any doubt. It's a shame, possibly a well-founded fear.
Tell me about my...
His name was Aton. I remember a few years ago, an archaeological
What kind of danger?
Legend claims Wraith.
The great...
He... No.
Tell me...
He... True. Time
School...
He made Tien's... the witch... Bastoib.
This elven master...
My father forged armor. Only now he is... Alas, my master... I know I...
What do you have on offer? Farewell.
Good luck.
The Peyrak. The beast of Beauclair has struck again. Citizens, beware of the beast. Turn your trembling hearts. Solace there. New customers and old alike. High meats available from the butcher in San Sebastian. My good fella.
Disperse! The exhibition of the Reginald... Please, disperse!
What's this about?
Oh, La Piotta, give me strength. I can't... Oh, wait! Are you not that famous witch?
Saw your notice.
The matter is a delicate one, but mind you, I pay well.
The statue.
A picture's worth 1,000. Here it is! Our pride. How should I put this?
Somebody stole the
No ordinary statue, mind you. The sole monument made. Sprung direct thus.
Any idea?
It must.
Got him.
Be late?
Got him. Nick.
It will all work out. It must.
Saw marks are straight and clean. Precision castration, I'd call this.
Don't worry, Reginald, don't worry. You shall be whole.
Dried bloodstain.
It will all work out. It must.
Diamond saw blade. Perpetrator's tool. Piece of coat fabric caught on the nail. Heavy on cologne. Smell it'll lead me to the thief.
Work doth one ennoble, sloth doth one gratify.
Oh. Mutted boots, greasy hair, blood on his jacket, what sloth.
To song, where folk are gay and merry. Into song, life is a right strawberry.
Summoning a witcher? Was that truly necessary? And our knights, what are they, chopped liver?
Scent leads to this door.
This is not what it seems.
Psst! Hughes! That's...
I swear, this is all an... You mean, not... Who are you? And why are you in...
Watch your tone, Gramps. Just here to talk.
I believe we have nothing to talk about.
Oh, we do. Just to kick things off, you're in great form for a man your age.
I eat well, start the day with a glass of wine. That preserves a body wonderfully.
Interesting. Might try it. Say, ever heard of Reginald Dobry, his statue?
Everyone in the city's heard of it. Reginald's a paragon, a national hero.
Cut the bullshit, Hughes. You stole Reginald's testicles. Know that already.
I can explain everything. This...
Rosalinda! I know you're in there! You and that fancy pants of yours!
Oh no, not him too. This really is not my day.
Got you, you rogue! Prepare for a shellacking, scallop! What the laugh's this? Rosalinda! One, I could forgive you, but two at one time!
Wait, got nothing to do with this.
Take me for a fool? I'll teach you to fish in another man's pond!
Got no time for this. Go home.
Yes.
I don't know you, but that would have gone horribly for me had...
So?
Ross. All right. And you will never believe it, but they were.
3 times?
Isn't it? At my age.
All the same, you stole those.
Listen. Let me keep the stones. I'll pay you. Grant me the...
Perhaps I...
A day is 3 more.
Wake who? Rosalind?
Louisa, her cousin. What's it matter that the spirit is willing when the flesh... Here, you must take the testes.
You'll not find wood here. Not paying wood.
Well?
Yep, got them back.
Lepiotus luscious. Eh?
Nice tune.
Let's go!
Is it true peasants got garbage cows?
All is in order.
I placed the first bid.
But I made the best offer.
Mademoiselle, monsieur, we must remain calm.
For producing plonk unfit to drink, you...
As a ducal clerk, I must look after the... The Minister of the Treasury has clearly expressed his desire that Bellegarde be handed over to a responsible steward. Yet...
Well, help.
Mine? Hark, good folk! Be it known by... Truly, how would you know?
A witcher, so no expert.
Yeah, I suppose not seeking work, are you? You see, I wish to buy a vineyard.
What kind of troubles we talk?
It's botched in more ways than one. The herbarium, infested with monsters. My steward...
A lot of bad luck for one.
If you ask me, it's that Matilda, her handiwork.
Good look into it?
That goes with... Could you not reduce it a That sounds fair.
Sure sounds...
I am really... My vineyard lies east...
Psst. You're a witcher, yes? I heard you talking to that oafish... but that's all beside the point. I stopped you because... No coincidence. My cooper and blacksmith both have the list goes on, but the crux is... Fine.
I can help.
Wonderful. I shall stay here for a...
Gotcha. Farewell.
A witcher.
Must be Delaune's residence. Says Great White Terror on the contract. Could have find a way inside. Is in the notice, though.
Well, come on!
Let's charge! Take him for a ride!
Come here! Oh, didn't let that son!
Take him for a ride! Watch out!
My soul cannot handle this.
Calm down. It's
Thank you, sir. And you must forgive me my
Fellow looks abandoned.
More its temporary steward. Yet, no one at the palace warned me.
Looking for scrolls, manuscript.
I've not yet managed to inventory, but you may...
What do you have that you...